Hello, dear students. Welcome back to my online classes. Today we will read the third part of our second lesson. We are not afraid to die if we can all be together, written by Gordon Cook and Alan West. So, in our previous video, we have seen how when the narrator was disappointed at his pitiable situation, then Mary uh, his daughter Sujan, she came to her parents and gifted them a beautiful card in which she has drawn the funny pictures of her parents. And inside, she had written a beautiful note in which she expressed her thanks to her parents. And she was expecting, still, she was expecting for the best. And this note has created courage and uh, optimistic attitude in the narrator. So let's see the final part of this lesson. I checked and rechecked my calculations. We had lost our main compass and I was using a spear which had not been corrected for magnetic variation. So again, as we have seen, the narrator was continuously making calculations to find out that island, Ile Amsterdam, which was once used as a French base camp, and he was making assumptions, making calculations to find the exact position and direction of that island. And as the narrator said that he had lost his compass, as we have seen how the strong waves had sagged the whole ship, and all the ap- appliances, all the instruments, they were just floating in the water. So at that time, it might be lost somewhere, but the narrator had a spare magnet, but he was not sure whether it was giving the correct reading or not. So in such case, situation, as the author said that this compass was not correct for magnetic variation, it means that it was not giving correct reading. So he, in such uh, dangerous situation, he is not in situation to have faith in the functioning of this spare compass. I made an allowance for this and another estimate of the influence of the westerly currents which flow through this part of the Indian Ocean. So now, as the compass was not functioning properly, so again the author took mm, estimate, took another allowance, another opportunity of finding uh, his direction about his position by looking or by observing the direction of the westerlies. So westerlies are the trade winds which always blow in the same direction. So as at night we can uh, find our direction with the help of Polestar. Similarly, during the day find we can get the direction with the help of the sun. Similarly, in this vast ocean, the narrator was trying to find his real direction and position with the help of westerly winds. About 2 p.m., I went on deck and asked Larry to steer a course of 185 degree. If we were lucky, I told him with a conviction I didn't feel he could expect to see the island at about 5 p.m. So at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, the narrator went on the deck and asked Larry, who was at that time in charge of the steering, to change his course up to 185 degree, to take a turn of 185 degree and proceed. And then he expect that if they were lucky, or it means if his calculation was correct, then definitely they will find the island uh, at 5 p.m. So it was the rough estimate or rough assumption uh, made by the narrator. तो यहाँ पर हमने देखा कि जो नरेटर है वो लगातार अपने चार्ट रूम में ये पता लगाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि उनकी नाव इस वक्त कहाँ पर है और उन्हें किस दिशा में आगे बढ़ना चाहिए। यद्यपि उनका जो कंपास था, जिसकी मदद से दिशा का ज्ञान होना था, वो नष्ट हो चुका था, और जो एक्स्ट्रा एक कंपास उसके पास था भी, वो सही रीडिंग नहीं दे रहा था। इसलिए वेस्टर्ली करंट्स, पश्चिमी हवाओं की मदद से लेखक अपनी पोजीशन को, अपनी जो समुंदर में स्थिति थी उसको का अनुमान लगाने में सफल होता है। और फिर ठीक 2 बजे वो ऊपर डेक पे जाता है और लेरी, जो इस समय इनका हेल्पर थे, जिनको इन्होंने हायर किया था, उनसे कहते हैं कि वो नाव को 185 डिग्री पर टर्न घुमा लें और इसी दिशा में चलते रहें। और साथ में उसने विश्वास जताया कि अगर उसका कैलकुलेशन, उसका अंदाज़ा सही रहा तो निश्चित शाम के 5 बजे तक वो उस सुरक्षित द्वीप पर पहुंच चुके होंगे। Then with a heave heart I went below, climbed on my bunk and amazingly dozed off. And then heavier means sigh. With a sad heart the narrator went and climbed on his bunk. Bunk here means berth for sleeping. And amazingly he slept. When I woke, it was 6 p.m. and growling dark. I knew we must have missed the island. But when the narrator he woke up, then it was 6 p.m. and it was growing dark outside. Then he realized that because he had made estimate that at 5 p.m. they will be on the island, and now as it is 6 p.m. means 1 hour delayed, still he didn't got any news of the island. It means definitely his calculation went wrong and they are heading towards the wrong direction. I knew we must have missed the island, and with the sail we had left, we couldn't hope to beat back into the westerly winds. And now, again, the author got disappointed in realizing that he failed to find the correct direction of that safe island, and now he was not in position to go back against the westerly winds. At that moment, a tousled head appeared by my bunk. Can I have a hug? Jonathan asked. Shoo was right behind him. As the author was deep in his imagination, in his thought, suddenly a tussle head means untidy, scattered hairs on the head, appeared into his bunk, means the place where he was sleeping, and someone raised a question that can I have a hug? And it was his son Jonathan who was asking his father to have a hug. He wanted to embrace his father because of his happiness. And at exactly at his back there was Suzanne. Why I am getting a hug now? I asked. Because you are the best daddy in the world and the best captain, my son replied. But when the author was surprised and also amazed to see the peculiar behavior of his son, then he inquired to his son that why he was so happy, delighted, and wanted to embrace me. Then his son replied that you are the best daddy and the best captain in the world. Not today, John, I'm afraid. Why, you must be sad, so in a matter of fact, you found the island. But as the narrator was disappointed, he said that, "Dear son, it is not the right moment to uh, treat me as the best captain, because he realized that he had lost the island. But again, his son informed him that no, you are the best captain as you are now able to find the island. It means the calculations made by you, the estimate of direction and position of the land island made by you were exactly correct. And now they have discovered that safe place in the island. What, I shouted. And all of a sudden, the author was shocked to hear that he is able to find the safe island. It's out there in front of us, they chorused, as big as a battleship. And both of them, they pointed towards the Il Amsterdam and said, and both of them chorused together. Both of them, they shouted simultaneously, as big as a battleship, like a trumpet which is blown at the victory in the battle. So they were as delighted, happy. The both of them shouted and wanted to show her father that big island. I rushed on deck and gazed with relief at the stark outline of the Il Amsterdam. So as soon as the narrator knew about the new island, he quickly rushed on the deck on the upper part of the ship and gazed, means looked without blinking, with the relief at the stark outline of Il Amsterdam. Now he was at the deck and now he started observing the stark, means complete outline of the Il Amsterdam. Now, it was only a bleak piece of volcanic rock. So here bleak means treeless. So this Il Amsterdam was, it is uh, it is an island which is made up of by volcanic eruption, and since it is not a fertile soil, it is not a fertile land, so there was no vegetation. With little vegetation, the most beautiful island in the world. So as this island was made up of volcanic eruption, so there was hardly any vegetation seen. But at that time, the narrator, he considered this is the best island in the world, because this was the only hope of their survival. Now they can get enough time to repair their ship, and thus they can complete their dream. And as well as this island has given them an opportunity to mend their ship, and also it has given them a new life. So the narrator termed this island as the beautiful island in the world. आ, लेखक लेरी को 185 डिग्री टर्न करने के बाद थोड़ा दुखी मन से अपने कमरे की ओर बढ़ते हैं, और थकावट के मारे उनकी वो अचानक से वो गहरी नींद में चले जाते हैं। लेकिन जैसे ही शाम को 6 बजे उनकी नींद खुलती है, उन्हें ये आभास होता है कि शायद जिस द्वीप की उन्हें तलाश थी वो उन्हें नहीं मिलेगा, या उनके द्वारा किए गए जो भी कैलकुलेशन था, जो भी उनका अंदाज़ा था, वो गलत साबित हुआ, क्योंकि उनके हिसाब से 5 बजे तक उस सुरक्षित द्वीप में उन्हें पहुंच जाना था। और इसलिए अब लेखक थोड़ा उदास होने लगता है। लेकिन जैसे ही नरेटर इन उदास या उदासी भरे ख्यालों में डूबा हुआ था, अचानक से एक बिखरा हुआ एक चेहरा उनके सामने आता है, जिसके बाल पूरी तरह से बिखरे हुए होते हैं, और वो आ कर के अचानक से लेखक के गले लगता है। और ये सब देख करके उसे बड़ी हैरानी होती है, और वो बालक जो था वो जोनाथन था, और ठीक उसके पीछे सुजैन भी खड़ी थी। वो लेखक से गले मिलता है, बहुत खुशी अपना जाहिर करता है, और अपने पिता को दुनिया का बेहतरीन नाविक और पिता की वो संज्ञा देता है। तो नरेटर उस वक्त क्योंकि दुखी होता है, तो वो अपने बालक से कहता है कि अभी इतनी बड़ी उपाधि या इतना बड़ा सम्मान उसे देने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। पर बालक, दोनों ही बच्चे एक साथ चिल्ला करके अपने पिता को सूचना देते हैं कि जिस द्वीप की उनको तलाश थी वो वहाँ पर पहुँच चुके हैं। और ये खुशी सूचना सुन कर के लेखक बहुत ज़्यादा खुश होता है और वो तेज़ी से अपने डेक, नाव के ऊपरी मंजिल पर पहुंचता है और वहां से एल आर्मस्ट्रांग का नज़ारा बिना पल के झपके देखता रह जाता है। और क्योंकि एल आर्मस्टरडम जो इलाका था वो वॉल्केनिक मतलब ज्वालामुखी के द्वारा बना हुआ था, इसलिए वहाँ पर उर्वरा शक्ति, वेजिटेशन बहुत कम था। उर्वरा शक्ति कम होने की वजह से वनस्पति काफ़ी कम मात्रा में देखी गई। लेकिन इस द्वीप को देख करके नरेटर जो है इसे दुनिया का सबसे सुंदर द्वीप मानता है, क्योंकि यही वो जगह थी जिसकी वजह से उन्हें पुनर्जन्म मिला, एक जीवन दान मिला और काफ़ी वक्त मिला जहाँ पर रह करके वो अपनी नाव को ठीक कर सकते थे और जो सपनों की उड़ान लेकर के वो चले थे प्लाईमाउथ इंग्लैंड से, वो सपना भी तभी साकार हो पाता अगर बीच में उन्हें कोई ऐसी शरण मिल जाए जहाँ पर वो अपनी नाव को सुरक्षित को ठीक कर सके, मरम्मत कर सके। तो एल आम्स्टरडम ही वो जगह थी जहाँ पर नरेटर को एक मौका मिला अपने पूरे परिवार को सुरक्षित रखने का भी और साथ साथ में अपने उस सपने को पूरा करने का भी मौका फिर मिला। इसलिए लेखक ने इसे दुनिया का खूबसूरत द्वीप कहा। We anchored offshore for the night, and the next morning, all 28 inhabitants of the island cheered as they helped us ashore. So, as they reached the island at 6 o'clock, so they anchored offshore for the night. So, they anchored their ship at night, stayed on the ship, and the next morning, when uh, the night next morning when the first ray of the sun uh, fall on this island, then the narrator realized that 28 inhabitants of that barren island, they were there to welcome. Cheered here means welcome to them ashore. They helped them to get down from their ship. With land under my feet again, my thoughts were full of Larry and Herbie, cheerful and optimistic under the direst stress, and of Mary, who stayed at the wheel for all those crucial hours. So now, just to see, this is one of the biggest or one of the best quality of a true sailor, true human being. When he was successful in finding this ill Amsterdam, then now he is giving credit to Larry and Horby, the two person who continuously worked to pump out that water, and now he is very cheerful and optimistic. So these people, all the people who were board on the ship, they all were very optimistic and even under the direst stress. It was the horrible, very horrible time, and all of them were in great stress, but still they were optimistic. They had a ray of hope for their living, and that hope made them work harder and harder at every moment. And again, Mary, his wife Mary, who all the night she had control of the will in that crucial time when her children were in danger, her husband was wounded badly. Anytime the ship can sink, but in all those crucial hours, in all those bad situations, she kept patience and she very dedicatedly done her work of controlling the wheel. Most of all, I thought of a 7-year-old girl who didn't want us to worry about a head injury, which subsequently took 6 minor operations to remove recurring blood clot between skin and skull, and a 6-year-old boy who was not afraid to die. And again, the narrator is uh, wanted to appreciate his daughter, Mary, who was badly injured when this violent wave strike the ship. At that time, Mary was badly wounded, but she did not inform or reveal her injury, or did not inform her father about her uh, injuries. And the injury was so severe that as soon as they reached Australia, then uh, 6 minor operations were done to remove the blood clot which was between her skin and skull. So 6 minor operations were done to remove that blood clot. So we can now realize how deep were the cut, but still that little girl, she did not worry about her life, and she did not inform her father lest he got worried and forget to perform his work as the captain. And again, he also wanted to praise his young boy, uh, Jonathan, who was not afraid to die. So, in the whole lesson, we have seen how this little boy has inspired his father to uh, work as he was worried about their well-being. So how these strong words spoken by his son made him more brave to tackle all those unfavorable situations, and how he again uh, became resolute, became more energetic, and then he tried his best to stop the inflow of water. And again, Mary, who was so young, but still she tolerated all the pain silently and did not disclose her injuries to her parents. So in this way, we have seen that how collectively all the people on board worked as a team, and finally they were successful in their journey, and it all happened because of their optimistic outlook and as well as their hard work. तो यहाँ पर हमने देखा कि किस तरह से लेखक इल आम्स्टरडम में सुरक्षित पहुँच चुके थे, क्योंकि वो रात को पहुँचे थे तो सारी रात उन्होंने नाव पर ही बिताई। पर अगली सुबह जैसे ही सूरज की पहली किरण इस द्वीप पर पड़ती है, तो लेखक उस द्वीप के 28 निवासियों द्वारा उनका स्वागत किया जाता है, और वही लोग इन्हें नाव से उतरने में मदद करते हैं। और अपने पैरों के नीचे ज़मीन दे करके लेखक के खुशी का ठिकाना नहीं रहता, और इस उपलब्धि के लिए वो सभी को, चाहे वो लेरी हो, हर्बी, मैरी, सुजैन, जोनाथन, सभी को धन्यवाद करता है। सभी का यहाँ पे क्रेडिट देता है कि सभी की मदद से आज वो इस सुरक्षित जगह को ढूंढ पाने में कामयाब हुआ। और यहाँ पर वो अपने सभी साथियों का धन्यवाद करता है कि किस तरह से उनके सकारात्मक रवैये की वजह से वो सब कामयाब हुए। मैरी, जो इतने बुरे वक्त में भी अपनी बच्चों की एक तरह उसे चिंता भी थी, लेकिन साथ साथ में अपनी जिम्मेदारी का उसे ज़्यादा ख्याल था। पूरे बुरे वक्त में वो स्टीयरिंग पर नाव को कंट्रोल करती रही, और उनके जो छोटे छोटे 2 बच्चे, मैरी जिसने अपनी व्यक्तिगत चोटों का ध्यान नहीं रखा, अपने माता पिता को नहीं बताया, और चुपचाप सारे दर्द को अकेले ही सहती रही, और उनका छोटा सा बेटा जो कहता है कि उसे मौत से डर नहीं लगता। तो इस तरह से देखा कि किस तरह से इन बच्चों के जो कभी कभी स्टेटमेंट और जो कार्ड मैरी ने अपने माता पिता को दिया था, किस तरह से ये बुरे वक्त में ये छोटी छोटी हरकतों से उन्होंने अपने माता पिता को उत्साहित करने की कोशिश की, बुरे वक्त में उनका साथ देने की कोशिश की। इस तरह से ये जो यात्रा थी सफल हुई, और इनका श्रेय नरेटर जो है सभी साथियों को देता है कि सभी के मिले जुले सहयोग से, सभी के कठिन परिश्रम से आज वो इस सफल जो सपना उसने देखा था, अपने सपना की जो उड़ान भरी थी, आज उसको पूरा करने में वो सफल हुआ। तो ये छोटी सी और बहुत सुंदर सी प्रेरणादायक एक कहानी थी, वी आर नॉट अफ्रेड टू डाई। और that is end of this video, and to find your assignment you will have to look into the description box. So a link is given for the assignment, so click on the link and complete your assignment in time. That's all for the day. Have a good day. Take care.